What's going on? We back at it again. What is going on? My bad, folks. But we right back. James, of course, you already know the host, and we got my homeboy here once again. Three.
Hey, what up, what up, what up?
Yo, so look, check this. Let me give y'all like a little backstory. So first of all, I really was watching this video of DJ Envy, and it was really concerning a video I seen earlier where somebody was talking about. Actually, it was DJ Academics, and they was saying like it was like a clip of a video where he was that DJ Envy said that he takes money from he used other people's money to buy real estate. But it was taken out of content. But I end up finding the original video and saw the whole clip of it. But I'm not gonna show the whole clip. I just seen a piece that I like, and I'm like, all right, we just gonna focus on this. But I figured I would give you the backstory on why we focus on this part and the original reason why I actually went and found the video. It was basically to let DJ Envy know or DJ Academics like, yo, that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Y'all took whoever made the video, they made it out of content, took it out of context.
Probably do that for clickbait.
Yeah, that could be it too, though, because what he was originally saying is that he uses other people's money to which you're supposed to use other people's money to buy real estate and flip it and then pay them back their money. That's kind of how real estate works. Use other people's money, buy the real estate, what you need to do, and then you give them that back their money and you keep the rest of the money that you made you make your profit off of it. So, but anyway, I might get into that later, if not, but this is what we're gonna talk about right now about DJ Envy and his wife. And you get the backstory from that. So
Podcast now, right? Yeah.
Y'all still shoot it?
Yep. Casey Crew Podcast.
So y'all had got to this place where you went through something in front of the world.
Correct.
What was it? What was that time like? You know what I mean? Because it felt like it was rough for you,
Yeah,
right?
It was, yeah.
And it felt like your relationship and your family was at a unsure place.
It was, yeah.
What was that like?
Well, I cheated on my wife,
Right.
and I got caught. I got caught because I told on myself.
How?
My wife had an intuition that I was cheating, and she played poker with me. It was like, look, I got a call today. I know what happened, and she started running down what she knew what happened.
She was bluffing though.
Bluff,
Was she really?
bluff me
Bluffing.
to death.
Are you sure she
Bluffing.
was bluffing, or did she know and she just needed the clarity? Because that's how women usually are. We usually
But
know.
there was no proof, so it was just what she felt, but she was bluffing.
Bluffing.
And then I told on myself, and then when I told on myself, it was like, oh, thank you for telling me, and she had no clue.
Damn.
So
We're so good.
it did. Yeah.
We are so good.
So at that point, it was like, damn. But I've been with my wife since 15 and 16, so it was like she was like, all right, marriage is over, relationship is done,
Just like that.
done. Rap city, bitch, right, done.
What did you do
What you mean? What
after that?
I tried to fight to get my relationship back. I tried everything, the sorry and flowers and this, that, and the other, and all that other shit, and none of it worked.
why do you think that, like, you guys been together since you was 15? So why did at one point did you think that you would ever get caught? Like, did you think you weren't ever gonna get caught cheating?
No,
That's crazy to me how men really feel that way.
I mean,
Like, y'all feel like y'all never gonna get caught until y'all get caught.
if you think about it, my wife, I lived in a town deep out in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
She was focused on the kids. She didn't have any friends in the industry. So you think, all right, you good. But it didn't happen that way. So now I was in a situation where I was fucked up. Like, I couldn't go to work. You know that song, I can't sleep? Like, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't work. I couldn't DJ parties. I wasn't focused. In between breaks on the Breakfast Club, I'd be laying down. I was fucked up because not only am I about to lose my best friend, and niggas say that their best friend, their girls, and their wives, their best friend, but you got to think, when I'm chasing bootleggers around for my money for mixtapes, my wife got the club with her with me. You know what I mean? When somebody try to rob me, my wife is at the precinct. Like, when I get locked up, she's the one that bailed me out. Like, everything that she is right there by me, by my side, no matter what. Like, regardless. See, when I make a dumb decision, she's right there with me, like, yeah, fighting with me. And then when we get home, like, bro, you know that was a dumb decision. She was that. She wasn't just my wife that would, you have sex with and you have kids. And no, she is my best friend. And
Right.
and you realize how much you love somebody, or you realize what love is when you go through that. So now when your best friend telling you it's over,
I don't want
it's
to be
a
your best
wrap,
friend no more.
it's done. Nah, we could co-parent these kids, but other than that, it's wrap. I was fucked up, like fucked up. Like I couldn't do anything. At the time, I was doing MTV. I lost my MTV job. I couldn't even go to work.
You lost the MTV job based off what? Not that.
His
I think I
feelings.
based off about all that. Ratings were going down. I couldn't concentrate on work. I couldn't do interviews. Like I was fucked up.
How long was the process of you and your wife going through this where she was like, nah, it's quits, it's over, and you actually trying to fight to get it back?
A long time. A long time. Months, years.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that long.
Like to the point where it was like you start getting these, and this is crazy because I never had these ideas. So I started getting ideas in my mind where I didn't want to be here no more.
That's
Some
a
real
deep
shit like
envy.
I wanted to kill myself because I was like,
Envy.
I
That's
felt
a
no, I'm
deep
being honest.
statement, bro.
No, I'm being dead honest. I'm being serious. Like I didn't want to be here no more because I felt like me being here, me not being here was better than me being here for my wife and for my kids. I felt like I failed my wife. I felt like I failed my kids, and I couldn't picture. You know how Jay say, Russell Simmons playing ball with your son.
Oh,
in the future?
Russell Wilson.
Remember?
Yeah,
so,
right.
like now you
Imagining somebody else.
somebody else raising your kids. Imagine somebody else in that house with your kids, in that house with your wife. I couldn't imagine that. So I felt like, damn, me not being here would be better for my family than me being here.
But when you were cheating, right? Because I hear this a lot with men. It's like, of course, you don't really realize the detriment of the situation until after you
Correct.
get caught.
Yeah.
But when you're in it, what is going through your head? Like, because you say, this is my best friend. This is like this is my dog right here, like my right hand.
Right.
But I know that what I'm doing right now will hurt her.
You want to know the honest?
Yeah.
Honest is, this is the reason why we started doing the podcast and started talking, right? The honest is, when you're a kid from Queens, what do you see on TV? You see your favorite rapper, your favorite celebrity with all these bunch of chicks. So you almost think that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? It almost feels like that if you don't do it, that's not living.
Out of the
Right.
norm.
That's not being a celebrity. So
Understand.
it's like when you see your favorite celebrity, he here and his wife at home, and you feel like, oh, that's what it is. So you start feeling yourself in a way that you shouldn't be because you think that's the way to be it. You know what I mean? So that's why we started the podcast, because there's nobody to talk to. You don't go to the barbershop and be like, yo, me and my girl's having this argument, bro.
Nah, not at all.
You talk about basketball, you talk about football, you talk about kicks, you talk about music, you talk about guns, bikes, cars, everything else, but you never talk about your relationship. You know what I mean? You never talk about somebody's wife or your son. Yo, me and my wife arguing about this. What? We had that same, you don't have those conversations, right? But you have a conversation about, oh, that shorty ass is fat. Yo, I fucked that bitch. Yeah. You have
Yeah.
those conversations.
Right.
And that's what it felt like. So you don't think about the effects of hurting somebody because you never think you're gonna get caught.
Right. You don't right, we don't think in terms of what's gonna happen.
Correct.
Because we think that, we're gonna keep, going and doing this because we thinking with our lower selves. So we're not using our actual mind, right? So we caught in the moment. It's like, all right, my wife is over there, I love her. My household is good, everything is great, but I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna go get my shit off right here, and I'm gonna lay around with this, play with these things over here. We don't think about the ramifications, the hurt. We don't think, and then when it happens, then it's
ton of bricks.
everything he's describing now.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask you is that those thoughts about not being here no more, because my cousin committed suicide, and
So, I mean, that's real deep, super, super deep. You know what I'm saying? To the point. Well, this video is actually I think 2 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And DJ Envy and his wife is, they're currently back together and everything. So I'm glad eventually everything worked out for them and their family. Hoping he not having those thoughts no more, and everything is cool with him that he got his wife back and family back together. So that's all good. And shout out to Mano on his podcast. I don't know the name of it, but shout out to their podcast. I didn't watch the whole thing, but we're gonna actually dive back into some more of this video. But I figured we should stop it and give our thoughts and opinions on what we just watched a few minutes ago. And you know, he slipped up. He got off track, and he was determined to get back on track to the point and, he felt like he no longer wanted to be here because of what the mistake he did. Now, I do want to point out that well, I don't want to say I don't like it. I don't like the fact that he was saying like my best friend. I don't think maybe this is me. I don't think your wife is your best friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at my wife as my best friend. I'm looking at her as my I guess my mate, my uh what's the word I'm looking for, man? I don't think best friend is the right word to me.
I feel like it's cliche. That's
That
just like
too,
the thing
yeah.
that people just say. I have a struggle in a relationship with that. I would say if my wife not my best friend, she definitely top in my top 2 or 3 people that I
'Cause
consider
I feel
like
like your wife is more than your best friend,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
That's what
Oh
I'm saying.
no,
Yeah.
that's I'm not saying like oh that's what she is to me. I'm
Mhm.
saying, but if I like categorize my friends,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
she's one of my friends for sure.
Mhm.
And then and most of the time, she is my number one friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and there's times where if we talking about friends, I think that's the way that people get it missing. I don't know if they misinterpret it or if that's what they really mean,
Mm.
and then I don't agree. But there is times when my wife is a friend. There's times when me and her, like, when you guys doing stuff or whatever together, it's like you palling around or whatever. Sometimes, like, my wife is one of my best friends. Like, you know what? You want to, like, when you're not thinking, put it like this when you're not dealing with like bills or kids or nothing else, just the in between time, and you just around each other. That's a friendship.
Just joking.
Yeah, like when you just kicking it.
Okay.
So it's like I don't know if that's what they mean. I don't know, but I won't know. I don't think I ever said my wife. I have said it because oh, you my best friend. You my best friend. But more importantly, I say this: she even if she's not my best friend or however you want to look at it, she's my favorite person.
Okay.
I say that all the time. She definitely my favorite person on the whole planet.
'Cause I don't think I ever called my wife my best friend. I don't think I ever said that in my entire life.
Right.
Period.
I think that is kind of weird when you think about it. Like, it's like if you wasn't like if you weren't having sex with that person and you didn't live with that
It's
person,
not that
would you still consider them your best friend? So it's like that's a kind of a weird statement.
Yeah.
Somebody you having sex with is your friend. Like no, there's more than like you said. There's way more than that.
Yeah.
But she definitely my favorite person for sure.
And I think my other thing that I noticed he said that all his bad mistakes that he did, she right behind him with the bat. She right behind him with all the other
Ride or die.
ride or die with all the other bad decisions. That was a bad decision that he made by cheating. Now, I'm not saying she was wrong for putting him. I guess.
I said to me she is.
Well, she.
So
But
to me, you supposed like if we said what you just said, I said it, but ride or die, right? That means ride or die.
Yeah.
So it ain't always gonna be sweet. Sometimes it's gonna be messed up.
Because like he was saying, she was with him through all the other bad decisions.
Yeah. So
He made
this was
another
another
bad
bad
decision. So ride with
ride
him.
with me through this bad decision.
And he was saying it took months, years, for them to even get back on, I guess, the same page or even in the same book.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? To the point that he thought about, committing, taking it,
Suicide.
cutting himself up out of here. You know what I mean?
Suicide. Yeah. Well, you can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say that. Yeah, that's why it's all good. But yeah, so to the point to where he thought about, tapping out type thing. You know what I mean? So I am glad that they did eventually work it out and get it together, or whatnot. But
You think that's a societal thing?
what
The whole like how infidelity is like this like end all be all.
oh yeah,
I wonder do other cultures like consider that? I'm not saying that they like it, but I don't think it's that detrimental in other cultures.
I don't think so either. I think it's just a Western. I think it's just us over
Yeah,
here.
because when I think about it, you think about all the stuff that we got going on we put that one as like no matter what,
It's like a time.
game over.
Yeah.
But like anything else you're doing, then how come that wasn't game over? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So so all the other bad decisions
yeah,
that he
what
did.
makes that the
why
one bad
those all, why
decision?
those all those why is all them other bad decisions okay to ride with, but you got one that you like, nah, I ain't ride with that one.
Yeah,
So
that's a societal thing.
you willing to go to jail, fight, hit, beat
Right.
up somebody.
And you even heard him say that, and she'd even come to him later on, like, you know, I was on your side, but you know you was wrong.
Yeah.
Then how come you couldn't wait
Do the
till
same
he was on
thing.
the side about you know you was wrong though?
Do the same thing in that
Yeah.
situation. I mean, you can still be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Be upset, be in your feelings, all that good stuff like that. And y'all talk it out and y'all figure out whatever it is y'all want to do from them steps to get back to wherever y'all
It's a
was at.
pride thing. When I
Yeah.
think about it, it's a pride thing. We don't when you with somebody, that's your person.
Mhm.
And now somebody else, somebody shared your person. And so it's like you gave yourself to somebody else and you mine.
Yeah.
But when you really think about it, it's like you do that all day. When you go to work, you giving yourself
Self
to
to
somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think it's just the way we look at it as a society is makes it more than what it actually truly is, though. Because same way, like with flirting, that's I mean giving myself to somebody or something. You giving your time to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. To me, I'm not acting like it's a small deal. To me, like if I'm dating somebody, this is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But if we
Well,
married, we took some steps past that to where things can no longer just be, I'm out of here.
Right.
That's part of marriages. We got more involved than just myself. I
And you
can't
got-
just say I'm out of here.
And you got kids. I don't know how old that kid was at that time.
Right.
And, they got to work through all that, but y'all took vows to better or worse, sickness and
death do
health,
you part.
to death do you part. So that's crazy that when you think about it in the society that one thing can, whatever those vows were that you took,
just null and
done.
void.
Like,
And it's like, that's crazy. When you think about it, when you really think about how unserious people take marriage is what that showed to me, though.
yeah,
How unserious marriage is to some people.
that they forget the whole to death do us part.
Yeah.
I don't think people even take them vows that serious.
No, I do.
That's especially with how divorce is now. That like this shit is rapid. Like women women and men. Well, for the most part, women are initiating divorce. So
Yeah, it's usually a
I'm
woman
trying
that
to play.
initiated
I'm
a
trying to
divorce.
play.
No, but I mean that one ain't no way to hide that
Yeah,
one. Let's be
okay,
realistic.
yeah.
Most divorces are ended by the wife.
Yeah, and it always really just infidelity. Well, or money. I think
Money,
money's
money
the
and
biggest.
infidelity. Yeah.
I think money is the biggest, and then infidelity might be right behind that. But yeah, man. So yeah. I tell my wife, shit, we in this thing until it's over.
But I'm a different type of cat though because I look at sex different than a lot of people. Like I would be open to like uh, polygamy or open marriage or swinging. Some of those things that are so taboo, I don't think they should be as so taboo as they are.
I thought about the swinging thing before. Like that was something I was kind of interested in at one point in time.
Till you find out it's mostly all old white people.
Yeah, I actually looked into that. Like, yeah,
Me too.
like,
This is mostly old white people. And you're like, oh, where
the
good looking younger people at?
Mhm. I did kind of, yeah,
Me too.
yeah. I was into that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for a minute, but it ain't what it all cracked up to be. Even like the whole sister wife shit. You know what I mean? But it's like, but if you,
It could be.
but it's only so when you say the open shit, it's only gonna be open on your end or both ends though.
I mean, if you swinging, it's on both ends. So if you married and y'all swingers, somebody touching your wife.
Somebody touching your wife. Yeah,
You
fact.
touching somebody else's wife, and then
Yeah.
you know,
See, I had
that's a hard pill to swallow.
yeah. So that was my issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was on some shit like I ain't gonna be real now. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
real 100.
yeah,
That's
so I
true.
gotta be real. I had an issue like so I was with it like I want to do this, I want to do that, and I was kind of like okay with it. But then I had mixed emotions about it. Like I don't know if because I don't know if I want to open that Pandora's box. Like
Yeah.
because it might psychologically like The fuck? I don't know how that's going to.
I don't think I can handle seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm gonna say this. Like I said, I'm open. I mean, I'm not a jealous individual, so I'm pretty confident as a human, as a man. I'm a pretty confident person. So I talk to my wife all the time. We talk about if I was to take when we get older, I would buy her like let's say I'm an old man because I'm older than my wife. I'm 10 years older than my wife.
Okay.
So when I'm 60, she only 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I can't perform as a man, whatever. I wouldn't have no problem getting like a gigolo for my wife. I really
But
wouldn't.
look how old. But by that time, you know.
What I'm saying, I'm just using that as an example.
I get you.
Like I talked to the other dudes, like, oh, could you marry a porn star? Most dudes couldn't marry a porn star. I could totally marry a porn star. Because I'm thinking all the benefits. I'm be honest, I'm being selfish. I'm only thinking of the benefits. Because if she a porn star, she gonna bring porn star friends over, and you get done for a living. You can't say nothing about me banging all your friends.
Banging all your friends.
I'm banging every single. Oh. So I mean, I'm looking at it from that, and I know that's kind of like childish, but I'm just being honest.
No, it ain't.
I can handle. Like I said, as long as I'm not watching it. So I look at it as like, so if I'm in a swinger club and my wife, if she went in that room, I'm in this room. If I'm focused on what's going on in this room, I'll worry about that later. I don't even want to know about that. As long as she don't come out smiling too hard. She'll be like, what you laughing at? What you so happy about?
I had my back and forth with that, and I would.
A lot of people can't handle. I think most men can't. Their pride to know that if somebody pleasures your spouse, like you enjoyed that. Oh, okay.
I tried to, but no, at one point in time, I was all with it. I just never actually went through like.
My wife not down for it. I totally am.
I was looking like the swinger clubs and shit like that, like just to be in the atmosphere to see what it's like. Never found one, though. I don't know what.
I've been to a couple of them, just watching. You realize, oh, it's really a free for all, and then.
Are there like rules and shit for that stuff?
Yeah, so like you were saying, I'll be on the internet, so I go a little deeper down in it. But a lot of stuff is set up as in like you meet couples, you hit it off with couples. So think of it like in a regular world, it'd be a double date. Instead of a double date, we swapping. So we go out, we eat dinner, we went to a movie, we all laugh, we had some drinks, but it's midnight. I'm going in this room, your wife going in this room, you going in this room, and my wife going in this room. And then we don't talk about it. And I'll see you next month when we go back out to eat and go to
But just think about it. It's like, yo. Well, I don't know, man. I do think it's, I ain't gonna lie. At one point in time, I thought she was fire. So I felt like.
looking like I'm gonna bang some hot chick.
That too, but not even just that, though, because I'm not saying like I was like a big whore or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the military. I was in the military wilding, man. You know, so I had experienced a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And did a lot of shit. So you know what I'm saying? I'd be looking like I wanted to do. It's all I wanted to chop. Let's do something different, something new, something different, something new that I had never done before. And then when you get married, you've been married for a while, and it's kind of I ain't saying this. You know, it's.
I know.
You kind of get routine.
I'm used to this. It's this again. Okay, it's on. Oh, we doing it on this bed, and we gonna go. Oh, okay, you gonna do that? Make that same noise. Oh, okay.
So it's like I was like, well, then how can I let's spice this shit up, do something totally out of the norm? You know what I'm saying? Something just brand new and new to you and me.
Right.
But at the same time, I have already kind of like this might not be too bad. We just never did it, but the thought process was there. But then it will. Let's say I had the thought process like today, like yo, let's do this. And then tomorrow I think about a little more. I don't know.
I haven't done it, so I can't say how I react after it's done. I just know my initial feelings. So before it happens, I'm cool. I think the only way I would, after, I never know. I might just look at her like 2 weeks later. I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't experienced that.
What you're saying, like open that Pandora's box, because you don't know, like we don't know what the reaction.
You don't know how you'll feel a month later or 2 months later.
Different, like just out of the blue, you sit down watching TV, you see some shit on TV, you look at her like, yo, bitch.
And then you gotta think about too, because there is, like you said, a Pandora's box of that. Y'all swingers now, right? Y'all go to the same swinger club every time, whatever, and you paired off with this couple, that couple, this couple. Then you notice the wife keep trying to pair off with
Just
that
one
one
same
same
person?
couple. Like, oh, you just really only just want to bang this one guy.
Now you think she
Nah,
called
and then well, this actually happens in real life from what I doing research and like really going down that rabbit hole. A lot of times that's what end up happening. You swing, but you keep swinging with that same couple. Next thing you know, that the two partners that switching are meeting on their own.
outside of the
Yeah.
home. Okay.
So you may only see them once a month, but your spouse been seeing him every day.
Hey.
You don't even know it.
Yes.
I mean, there is a rabbit hole of that, but I don't know. I'm just not a jealous person. I think I would look at more of it like I'm pretty confident. I don't know if it's to a fault. It's like what he got, I ain't got. What he doing, I ain't doing. So I'm doing everything. So I look at it as like I'm not intimidated by no another man. What does he got that I ain't got? Nothing. What is he doing that I ain't doing? I know 9 times out of 10, I know how most guys. I talk to other guys. I'm more of a adventurous person, so I'm doing whatever. Ain't no dude out doing what I'm doing. Cause I'm doing whatever I seen on the movie. Put it like that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to copy the movie.
Yeah.
So
That's where I get all my shit from. Yeah.
so it's like I don't really have that worry of, oh no, she's gonna like so and so better than me. I'm so cocky in it. It's like if you like him better than me, you just a fool. Don't be with him, you fool.
Fool. Bye.
Right. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's yeah. And you
That's
know what?
another
And I
one.
do think like I have seen like swingers, like I guess videos, not like the porn shit, but like
No, like
they got like they own like they be in a house.
yeah, having little
Yeah,
like little chips and
yeah,
dips
the
and
whole
talking and
chilling
stuff.
and shit. Yeah.
All right, it's midnight. It's time to get the
Yeah,
party.
and it's like they just chilling.
Chilling.
Like the whole group of people, they just chilling, talking,
That's what
playing
it is,
games
though.
and shit like that, watching TV shows,
Yeah.
whatever. And then, like you said, they got the
They get to a certain time that
let's go
everybody
ahead
get naked.
chopped it. Yeah, I seen one jump where this dude, it was a guy and his girl, and they was in the house, whatever, doing their thing, this and that third. The regular party
Right.
games. And they got to the part, like it was 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Go down to whatever. So they go down there. my man, my man got mad at his girl because she was doing whatever she was doing, and he couldn't. I guess I don't know if he was in his own head, but he couldn't. He couldn't get right.
Yeah.
So with him not getting right, he got mad at her because she was doing what she was doing. So he spazzed out like he's ready to fuck people up now.
See, that's not where I would have spazzed out. What I would have spazzed out, because I know if you've seen some of them, you know what I'm about to say. Every so often, you ever notice it'd be like one girl, but it's 8 guys?
Mhm.
Like, it's a whole bunch of other people. Why they all gang up on this girl?
Yeah.
I would be looking at it as like, I don't want to be in this room over here with this one girl. And when I come out, my wife down here with 12 dudes.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, I have one-on-one. You got one on 50. I'm never going to see you the same again. You a dumpster baby.
Dumpster baby.
Like, you for the streets. Get out of here.
So yeah, he spazzed out though. He really freaked out, and she tried to go calm him down and everything, and try to reel him back in, and they went back in, but he still couldn't. I guess he
should have
couldn't.
popped the pill. He tripping.
I guess I don't know what was the issue, but he was definitely mad at her
I
because
would have popped the pill, so no matter what, I ain't gonna have to worry about performing.
she was getting. Oh, she wasn't even really doing that. They was just touching and kissing and shit. And I think he kind of lost it. Like, yo,
No,
I can't get right. You ain't getting right either. Then
Yeah, I could. That's jealousy, though. Like I said, I ain't jealous, so that brought on the jealousy. Well, what I've noticed though, most of the ones I've been on the websites, you send out the emails, they email at you, you do the little Skype chats or whatever. The pitfall I fall into is most of them is old white people. And it's just like, I don't want to be involved. And they looking like, oh yeah, we got a black guy. I don't want to be the black guy.
I don't want to be that.
And then, so the negative to that would make it even worse is the women are like, yeah, it's a black guy. We want to add the black guy. But the husbands are like,
nope.
We don't want that black guy. And then on top of that, well, let's see his black wife. Oh, but I got a white wife. And we're like, we already got white women. You ain't even bringing nothing we don't got. You don't even got a black woman to bring. Get out of here.
No, you are not allowed, sir.
Yeah, I'm not even offering nothing new to the table for the guy. Like, you didn't even bring Latasha. We don't want you.
Come in here with your... You can't even come in here with your white wife.
Yeah, no, that's all.
It's nothing new.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So yeah, we definitely
way off the top.
Way off the top, but it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm glad DJ gave me this. They good. I'm glad they good. Now, I'm gonna try to see if I get to the part about the real estate shit. So see,
Okay.
now we can kind of. It's gonna be one video, but so you're getting
Two
some
topics.
two topics.
Really, 3 topics.
Yeah, because
That was a whole nother topic.
Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about, what I'm saying, some money, man. So dudes, y'all get y'all money together, especially if you're talking about real estate and getting into real estate or whatever, and kind of learn some game from my man. No, I know a little bit, but not a lot, but you can learn some game though. So let's do that too.
If we have a two-parent family, a two-parent household, they work for 30, 40 years of their life, and then they retire. But in the music industry, they kind of give you that money up front, so you don't know what to do with it. So I was like, all right, let me mess with real estate. You know what I mean? If you look at the most richest people in the world, it usually comes from oil money, real estate, or it gets handed down, generational. So I was like, all right, well, let me fuck with real estate. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm trying to figure it out. I'm buying a house, 11% interest. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm living in the house, fixing it up, and I don't know what I'm doing. And the reason I even brought you to the project that I'm working on now is because I wanted you to see.
That's right.
People talk about it all day long. My man does real estate. My man does credit. My man.
Right. Yes, a lot of
Fuck you and your man. He's probably lying. But when it comes to it, I wanted to show you what I was working on and show you how I did it. So I started getting into real estate, right? I started doing it in Jersey, smallly, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I used to buy a house, live in it, fix it up, sell it, and then move to another house. So every year I'm moving, right? Driving my wife crazy.
Is that wrong to do?
Yeah, it is. It is. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not how you're supposed to do it. But that's what I was doing because that's all I knew.
Right.
So Angela Yee had a boyfriend in Detroit. Still has a boyfriend in Detroit.
Oh, okay, Angela. Good boyfriend in Detroit.
Oh, my bad.
Tell her business. Tell her business.
It's all good. It's all good. But you know what she did was she told me about all these properties in Detroit for cheap. So I went down there, and instead of buying Gucci, Louis, Dior, Chanel, instead of buying jewelry and cars, I just took some money and I said, I'm gonna buy these properties. Properties were $15,000. So I bought 3 of them, and I didn't know what to do. I just sat on them, cut the grass because the grass grows, and paid the taxes. It just so happened Dan Gilbert, who owns the Cleveland Cavaliers, is from Detroit. He also owns Quicket Loans. He started building up Detroit downtown area. So now those properties that I had that I paid $15,000 are worth like $250 picked up, or $250 cleaned up
A piece?
a piece. I didn't clean them up. I sold them for like $140, $150 each. I only paid $15,000. So that's got me in the real estate bugs. I'm like, oh shit, this is a huge flip. Here I'm making over $100,000, $300,000, and I ain't do nothing. I'm like, this is great. So I started doing that. Then I met Caesar.
Caesar.
Caesar is Flippin' NJ is my partner in New Jersey. He owns over 1,600 units in New Jersey and all throughout the country.
Caesar was in prison before.
Caesar was in prison. Caesar was locked up, and he learned how to do real estate in prison.
In prison. Wow.
He learned how to do it in prison.
We got to bring Caesar up here one day.
Yeah, he'd love to do it.
And shout out to my guy, the credit dude, man.
Yeah. So with Caesar, he taught me how to do it the right way. He taught me, why he was like, his first thing is, why are you using your money? I said, what you mean? He said, you don't use your money. You use other people's money to get these deals. And started teaching me the game of how to do it without using minimal money.
And how do you? Because that's where the confusion comes at. When you say not using your own money to buy a house. So what are actually you using?
Okay, so I'll break it down. So let's say let's say you're looking at a house, right? Let's say you on auction.com or hubzoo.com, right? Those are 2 places where I go to look for homes, right? So auction.com or Hubzoo, HUBZU.com. You look on there for homes, right? Type in a zip code and wherever you're looking, right? So let's say you find a house in New Jersey. Let's say Patterson, New Jersey. Let's say the house on auction.com is going for $200,000, right? It's worth $500,000 fixed up. So the house is $200,000 and needs $100,000 worth of work, but it's worth $500,000. So that means after you fix it up, you spent $300,000. So that means there's $200,000 worth of equity in it, right? So you can go to a conventional loan and get it, or you can go to a hard money lender. A hard money lender doesn't care about your credit score. They don't care about what you're doing. They care about the deal. That type of deal they're willing to do because they know even if you fuck it up,
They still have 200.
there's so much equity in the shit that they'll get their money back. So what we do and what he taught me how to do, he said, okay, so if you do the deal the first time, you don't have no skin in the game. Meaning the hard money, he don't know who you are.
He don't know you are.
You do a deal or 2, you ain't got to put down as much. So if he don't know you, you got to put down 20%. But if he do know you, you might not have to put down nothing because they know who
Right.
you are. So let's say you put down 10% because he halfway
So
knows
now that's 10% of the 500,000.
10% of the two
Or the 200,000, I mean, yeah.
right? So that's $20,000,
Right.
right? $20,000 you got to come up. Tell you and your family, everybody 5,000. You buy this $20,000. You buy this crib, $200,000. The hard money lender is gonna pay for the repairs. He's gonna pay
Right.
for that in
Pay
full.
for the work.
In
In
full.
full.
So when you go, you tell them that, hey, the repairs are not 100,000. You tell them the repairs are 140,000. Right? You say,
then
well,
you
why?
get 40,000.
So why? Why? Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you why. So you buy the property for 200,000, right? You got to put down 20%, so you owe 180. So let's say your mortgage is $3,000 a month until you fix that property up. Remember, I told you you asked for an additional 40,000. You use that additional 40,000 to pay your hard money lender back his own money. So now no money's coming out, and no extra money's coming out your pocket. You'd use that $100,000, you fix that house up, you flip it, or you refinance it. You refinance it, you pull the money out of it, or you sell it. You sell it for $500,000. You give the hard money lender back his $340 because you borrowed $340. You walk away with $160. You got $160,000 cash. You can do whatever you want with that $160,000. You can buy 3 more properties. You could buy 4 more properties. You can buy 2 more properties, or you can go. If you're into drugs, you could buy a weed farm.
Monopoly.
And you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. The difference in what we do is if it's 2 units or less, we flip it. If it's 3 units or more, we keep it. 3 units or more.
When you mean you flip it or keep it.
So 3 units or more is a 3-family house. A lot of people out there in certain areas, they don't have multi-units house. 3-family house, right? So that means there's a 1-family, 2-family, 3-family.
Right.
So a 1-family, 3-bedroom, 2-family, 3-bedroom, 3-family, 3-bedroom. You keep that.
money.
Why do you keep it? Because if your rent is $3,000 a month in New Jersey, the rent might be $2,500. So 25, 25, 25, right? That's $7,500. I just told you your rent was $3,000, $3,500. So what do you make? You make $4,000. So that's $4,000 profit a month that you keep, and that house is yours. In 10 years, you got so much equity in that house, and you continually making money a month. Every year, what happens? You got to pay more money. Your rent goes up. But now I die. My kids get that $4,000 a month.
That's right.
My kids die. My grandkids get that $4,000 a month. That's generational wealth. That money never ends. Do it on a bigger scale. I'll tell you, we bought a school in New Jersey.
Yeah, man. Now, what he was about to get into though, about the cars and flipping cars and like shoes or whatever the case may be. So what he was about to get into is physical things that he get or purchase. It got to be of value. It got to hold value. So he's not buying things just to be buying them. He's buying them so if he can hold it for a little while, it's going to grow in value. Now he can sell it for more than he bought it for. That's what he was about to get into for the most part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a Rolex. I don't have a Rolex, but if you bought a nice plain, not no iced out Rolex, you put it on them because now you lost, now it done lost value. Once you iced it out and all that bullshit like that, it's done. You're not gonna get as much as you pay for it. Now, if you get just a regular Rolly, no, it's like a presidential roll, I think what they call it. You get a regular Rolly, and you know they got these APs and all that stuff like that. You get one of those, rock it, say you probably pay 30 something thousand for it, something like that. Hold it for like a few years or whatnot. And then you can turn around resell that for like 40,000 or 45,000. You know, so I'm not for sure on the numbers, but Rolly's whole value. You
Like
talk,
a painting.
yep,
Stuff
they
that appreciate with time.
facts. So he was about to get into the whole I think like a G Wagon or some shit like that. He broke down some other things about cars that hold value. So, you know, that's pretty much what he's about to get into. But the real estate game, I mean, I know a little, not a lot, but that's how that real estate game works, man. If you use somebody else's money, use that money to do what you need to do with the house, pay that money back to the lender. Now excuse me. Now you flip it and you get your money back, man. You know, actually you get more than your money back. You know, you made a profit off of that.
Yeah.
So it's real dope to get into the multi-family homes. You know what I'm saying? So if you can, you know what I'm saying, if you're a young man, You know, she's starting out, you got some money, you know what I'm saying, get you a multifamily home where you can fix up the bottom, stay in the bottom, fix up the top part, fix that out and rent that out. And now the renter upstairs is paying for the whole crib. You know what I'm saying? Because you good now. It's paying for itself until you can, you know, get somebody into the bottom one and you just move out.
That's one of my biggest regrets in life.
Yeah.
That's one that's like in my top 5 biggest regrets. When I got into the dog game, I wish I'd have got into the real estate game. Instead, don't forget the dog game. I wish I would have diversified.
Wow.
Because that was when you heard like what he was talking about when the market was at that
real
all-time
low.
low.
Yeah.
That was around the same time I got in the dog game. So when I was dropping $5 grand for a dog, it was literally houses in my like 4 doors down from me going for like $4 grand, $5 grand. I could have been buying those houses that was right down the street from me for the same prices I was paying for dogs.
And flip them boys, you're probably making a hell of a profit.
Yeah, if not for nothing, if not even just for the profit, I could have been moving my sister into that house,
There you go.
moving your cousin, and you know, and not even if I'm just charging them a low rent, it's still like you said, that's forever income.
Yep.
That's forever income. You know.
But yeah, man. So you know, it's definitely looking to like building your credit, women and men, get your credit right. Look into like real estate, look into like uh, gold, precious metals, um, things of that nature, to where it holds value. Because I mean, the dollar ain't worth shit.
Gold never goes down. Gold only goes either stays or goes up. It has never ever went down.
So look into, you know what I'm saying, buying gold, precious metals, you know, real estate. You can do this in cars, watches, you know what I'm saying, things that hold value that you can hold for like maybe a year or two or longer than that, like fine wine and sell it. You know what I'm saying? And definitely get your credit right. You know what I'm saying? But I think credit do fluctuate. You know what I mean? So you always looking to like getting, you know, but especially if you're starting off, you know, so you're gonna have a high interest credit card anyway. It's just kind of how it is until you can, you know, build that credit up and get your credit right. And this is not a good time you buying cars. I think people, if you buying a car and finance it, don't do it. This is not the time. Now that you're gonna cash out on like a $3,000 car type thing or something like that. And what I think you should do is, let's say you're a young man, young woman, you got $3,000, right? That you got saved up, and you trying to go put some money down on a finance a car. Don't do that. Find you a car, you know what I'm saying, a decent car that you can pay $3,000 on. You know what I'm saying? Drop that $3,000 on that car, and now what you do is make the money follow you. Don't make the money chase you. Don't you chase the money. So what I'm saying is, when you drop that $3,000 on that car, just like you would have done on a car note or financing it, pay yourself back that money now. So you spent $3,000. What you do is make yourself a payment plan to yourself, as you was a bank or the lender that lent you the money. So you saying, I lent myself $3,000. I'm going to make myself a car note of 250 plus interest a month. So I'm gonna pay 258. I'm gonna pay 258 a month to pay back to myself, the lender, or me lending me the money. Pay back myself in a whole different bank account. I'm gonna go to this bank account, drop $258 a month, like I would do if I was financing a car. So now you brought yourself back more than the $3,000 that you originally spent. So now you got that 3,000 you spent and some back. A car you own, it's yours, and you made your money back to yourself. Now that money you got back, now use that to invest in something else. And that's how you keep the money chasing you instead of you chasing the money. That boy cold, boy. That boy cold right there, man.
Hey,
You know, and looking to um 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 life insurance policy. I said, look into life insurance policies. You know what I'm saying? If you're a young woman, young man, you know what I'm saying?
culturally, as a whole,
Yeah.
as a whole, black people, we got
Look into those. And you know, look into like whole life insurance policies. If you got kids, you know what I'm saying? Put one on your son or your daughter.
stop dying with no money.
People get them
Leaving
set up.
everybody else with a bill.
Yep, get them set up right now with a life insurance policy. Get yourself set up with one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know a little bit about life insurance policy, not a lot, but you know what I'm saying. They say the term. I don't know if term ain't the best. I think whole is See, I don't want people to try to crucify me like, well, a term is better and a whole is better. It all depends on what you looking for and what you willing to spend money on too. So, how much you willing to put onto it every month.
Either way, it's gonna pay out.
Yeah, in the long run,
In the long
especially.
run, either
Yeah.
way, you can't go wrong. Just make sure you got it.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, look into those. Don't chase the money. Make the money chase you. Life insurance policy, precious gold, golds and metals, precious metals and stuff like that. Uh, don't finance no motherfucking car. It's a bad time to do all that shit. Um, look into investing in yourself and making the money chase you instead of you chase them. And another thing, if you got a job or you're working, pay yourself first. So if you got a 9 to 5, you're getting paid $1,000 a month, figure out what you can afford to month to pay yourself. So if it's 5% out of that $1,000, pay yourself that 5%, put it to the side. After you pay yourself that 5% out of that thousand, whatever you can afford to do, now you pay all the other bills. Every time you get paid, I put myself 5% on my check, then pay everybody else. And just keep doing that because now you done with the money that you work for, before you even get that money you work for, everybody else already took a piece of it. Taxes. What's that lady? What's the lady name on your your paycheck? Whatever for the Fannie Mae person, whoever the fuck.
Sally, man.
Sally, whoever it is, everybody else getting a piece of your check before you even get it.
Whoever that, I don't even know that chick.
I don't know who it is, but everybody's getting a piece of your money before you even got it, and you the one worked hard for it. So pay yourself just like everybody else took out of the money out of yourself, out of your check. Pay yourself first, then pay everybody else, and keep doing that until you can build up a nice little thing and use that money to uh, 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 um, do some type of can't think of the word right now. I'm tripping. Invest it back into yourself. So
Diversify too.
there you
Don't
go.
put all your eggs in
One basket. Yeah, definitely do that. So I want to. That's dope. We should start doing some game on financial shit too, man. Like money wise. You know what I mean? That was just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about I don't think about credit cards a little bit. Like I said, what's some good credit cards? You got credit cards?
No, so my wife is starting to build up credit. I've been terrified of credit my entire life
You need
because
credit.
I saw the downfall of credit. There's a good side and a bad side of credit. So in my life growing up, I only saw the downside of credit.
Mm,
I saw my grandmother financially bankrupt herself. My grandmother died paying off a Super Nintendo,
that's
and
crazy.
she died. PS3 was already out.
Damn.
She died paying on a Super Nintendo. Okay, I watched my mom uh, pay empty money into rent for a house as opposed to a mortgage. So we lived in a house my whole life growing up that she never owned, and I watched her just throw empty dollars down the toilet, and then I watched her get married, move into a house that they own, and watched her fall into debt because her new husband he had good credit.
Mm,
So she went and got credit card after credit card after credit card, and and I hate to put that on our people, but a lot of black people look at credit card as free money.
yeah, it's
Free
not.
money. So I watched her put herself and her husband into a hole, into where he ended up losing the house. He lost his house that his whole family owned his whole life. He ended up losing the house. They ended up divorced. She ended up in an apartment. She ended up living in my house. So I watched all the downfalls of credit to where it scared me to a point to where I never wanted to touch it.
Touch it.
I'm very, very, very financially stable. I'm super frugal. I'm real good at stacking money on my own. So I never had a need to dabble in it until I got a little bit older and I started, talking to my wife and stuff. We start realizing some things, there's ways it can benefit you. And I realize that now. So it's something that I'm newly starting to
Get into.
invest in with my wife. And she's spearheading that because I'm smart enough to understand it, but my brain still knows that dark side of it. So I'm still nervous of it. So,
I
but
feel that.
it is definitely a necessary thing that can only benefit you if you're using it with the right frame of mind.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's how stuff gets done.
Yeah, credit is it's not. It's not a bad thing to have.
No.
It can be misused for
In the
sure.
wrong hands, it can be
Mhm.
terrible.
So it's
But
not. It's not just money. You just be no. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. I'm not. Well, I'm pretty good with it now. But before I was just swipe, 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 and
Yeah.
not understanding how credit cards work. But now I understand how they work, and especially if you swipe that boy and you pay pay whatever you spent before the cycle hit, you ain't gotta pay no interest. So that you spent 150 on buying, like I'm probably gonna have to buy some more motherfucking mics. You know what I'm saying? Buy some more mics. I might just swipe the card and just pay back whatever I already spent. I don't have to worry about the interest because I just like he said earlier, I'm using somebody else's money to pay for what I need and not have to pay the interest on the money that I used.
Right.
That's all. So it's all about the game, learning how to, you know what I'm saying, not pay the extra interest on shit, you know what I'm saying, and get what you need by using somebody else's money.
But the key to that is getting what you need. I think that people fall into those pit holes when they start living beyond their means.
Yep.
And it's like, if you know you can't do it, this is not a way to just to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it goes away. You didn't just get the thing you couldn't afford, and now what? Because you're still gonna have to pay
it. Yep.
It's just in a different way. And I think, and I don't want to put this on black people. I don't want to put this on black women. But like, you remember growing up like with the layaway?
Layaway. Oh yeah.
All my life, I hated layaway, man. Like, I hated it. We go to the store, we get all this stuff that my mama couldn't afford, and we put it in there, and they take it away, and she gonna pay on it.
Pay on it, yeah.
So it's like, the whole key is a lot of people are forgetting that last part. Pay on it. It's like you swiped the card and you walked away with the item. That was the beginning of the story, not the end of the story. Now you got to go pay on it. And as long as you don't fall in that pit hole of forgetting that you got to pay for it, it's a beautiful thing. And then as long as you're using it to benefit yourself to go higher and higher, don't use it to stay where you already at. If you're wasting credit on just doing nothing, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't just be doing it to buy ghetto stuff or whatever, you know.
And this could be another topic I don't want to get into right now. We're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up in a minute. You could take the middleman out of the whole equation if you really wanted to, for the credit card. You can be your own credit card. You could be your own bank. But the situation is like you said a few minutes ago is we forget the end part. Once you done bought something, like say if I buy new mics for $400, that means I just bought new mics. Now how can I get that money to chase me back now? I spent $400 on the mics. That money is no longer, it's gone now. How can I get it back?
Right.
I would have to make them payments that I would pay another person that I borrowed the money from anyway. So why not treat myself like I would treat Bank of America or American Express card the same way?
Right.
Pay me back like I would pay back American Express.
Yeah. But also those mics is what I like, exactly what I was talking about. Make sure what you using credit as an investment. So those mics are an investment. You spending that $400 now, you pay it. I mean, you know, you're getting the mics $400, you paying them off, you get it back off. But those mics are going to bring in revenue once the YouTube starts paying out. Now those mics pay for themselves because they help build you up. So make sure that you financially building yourself always. Everything we do should be building yourself. Every day, everything you do should be building you in some type of way, not breaking yourself down. And don't fall into pitfalls of breaking yourself down. That's what I meant by ghetto stuff. I shouldn't have said ghetto stuff. I should have clarified when I said ghetto stuff, but that's not ghetto stuff. That microphones will be beneficial to you. So in the long run, they're gonna not only make their money back, they'll make more than their money back. They'll make you money.
So it's all like you said, investing in yourself. Now, whatever that avenue may be, invest in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Treat your money right. Try to pay yourself first, and we're gonna kind of, you know, what I'm saying, get on these topics a little bit more about financial literacy as much as we can, and as much as I can learn or read. Uh, uh, from someone else, and then I can relay that to, you know what I'm saying, the audience if y'all interested in it. You know what I mean? So he learning. I know a little, not a lot, but you know, so I'm still learning. This knowledge is key. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep learning as we grow and get better at doing what we're doing. So all love to everybody out there. Y'all go check out 300, man. Go check out 300 on all his. You can just start putting your socials out there.
So I launched a t-shirt line. It's a Christian faith-based clothing line called Agape FBC, faith-based clothing. I do graphic design. You're looking for logos, designs, you know, holla at your boy. You can get me on Instagram. You can get me on Facebook. You can get me on Twitter. You can get me on, what else they got out? Snapchat. If you type in ITS 300, it's 300. I'm on everything.
Yeah, y'all check him out on all his socials. Get with him, man. Love y'all. Like, subscribe. Keep watching me grow, watching us with everything. Real 100. Peace.